Princess Elsa of the Andromedan royal house stood frozen in the Grand Council chamber, her crystalline skin reflecting the harsh light of 1,000 accusatory gazes. The trial had been swift, brutal, and utterly political. Her own people had turned against her, branded her a traitor for advocating peace with the human coalition, but none of that mattered. Now, what made her shiver, what sent cascading waves of bioluminescence rippling across her translucent form, was the human standing at the prosecutor's bench. Captain Zia Rahman of Earth's diplomatic corps wore the crisp uniform of her rank, medals gleaming on her chest, her dark eyes unreadable as she reviewed the datapad in her hands. 20 years had passed, but Elsa would never forget that face. The memory crashed over her like a tidal wave. She had been 7 years old, fleeing through the burning corridors of her family's summer estate on Proxima III. The rebels had come in the night, overwhelming the guards, their weapons scorching through walls and flesh alike. Young Elsa had been separated from her family, stumbling through smoke and chaos, her juvenile carapace still soft and vulnerable. She'd collapsed in an alley between two burning buildings, certain death would find her there. Instead, she'd found salvation in the form of a teenage human girl, no more than 16, wearing the torn uniform of a merchant vessel's crew. "Hey, it's okay. I've got you," the girl had whispered, scooping Elsa's small form into her arms despite the danger. "My name's Zia, what's yours?" Elsa," she'd stammered in broken standard. Zia had carried her 3 kilometers through hostile territory, fighting off looters, navigating collapsed structures, all while murmuring reassurances in that strange, determined way humans had. When they'd finally reached the evacuation point, Zia had handed her to the royal guards and disappeared into the chaos without waiting for thanks or reward. Elsa had spent years trying to find her savior, but the girl had vanished like smoke. "Until now, Princess Elsa," Zia's voice cut through the chamber, professional and cold. "You stand accused of treason against the Andromedan throne. The evidence suggests you've been passing strategic information to human forces. How do you plead?" The irony was suffocating. The council had chosen a human prosecutor specifically to humiliate her, to prove that even her beloved humans would condemn her. They had no idea they'd selected the one person in the entire galaxy who might remember. "Not guilty," Elsa said, her voice harmonizing with the multiple tones of her species' speech. "I shared nothing that would harm my people. I sought only to prevent unnecessary bloodshed." Zia's expression didn't change. She tapped her datapad, and holographic evidence materialized above the chamber floor. Communications logs, meeting records, testimony from informants. "The evidence suggests otherwise, Your Highness. You met with human diplomats 17 times over the past year. You shared data on Andromedan defensive capabilities. You argued for dismantling border fortifications that have protected your people for centuries. Because war is coming." Elsa's voice rose, her skin flashing with agitated colors. "A war that will destroy both our peoples. I tried to build bridges before the shooting starts. Or you tried to weaken us for invasion," one of the council members hissed from his throne. Zia raised a hand for silence, and surprisingly she received it. She walked closer to Elsa, her footsteps echoing in the vast chamber. When she was near enough that only Elsa could hear, she whispered in the old tongue of Proxima III, a dialect few humans knew. "Do you remember the alley behind the merchant district? The night the city burned?" Elsa's skin flashed brilliant blue, shock, joy, terror all at once. Her voice emerged barely audible. "You remember? I've never forgotten." Zia's professional mask cracked for just an instant, revealing something raw beneath. "I've followed your career, Princess. Your speeches for peace, your efforts at reconciliation. I know what you've been trying to do. Then why are you prosecuting me?" Zia stepped back, raising her voice to address the chamber once more. "Your Honors, I move to present additional evidence that has come to light." The council members leaned forward, eager for more ammunition against their wayward princess. What appeared in the holographic display wasn't what they expected. Communications. Logs filled the air, but these showed Andromedan military commanders planning a first strike against human colonies, battle plans for a coordinated assault, orders to make it look like human aggression to justify genocide. The chamber erupted into chaos. "Where did you get this?" the Prime Chancellor demanded, his skin flushing with fury. "From the same sources Princess Elsa used," Zia said calmly. "You see, she wasn't passing secrets to humans. She was gathering evidence of a conspiracy within your own military. evidence of warmongering elements trying to manufacture a conflict. She came to us not as a traitor, but as a patriot trying to save her people from those who would lead them to ruin. Elsa stared at Zia, understanding dawning. The human had taken the evidence Elsa had carefully compiled and reframed the entire narrative. Princess Elsa risked everything to expose this conspiracy, Zia continued. She's no traitor. She's a hero. And speaking as someone who once carried a frightened child through fire to safety, I can testify that courage runs deep in her. The chamber fell silent. The Prime Chancellor's skin shifted through a dozen colors. Shock, anger, confusion, and finally, grudging respect. These allegations are serious. They will require investigation. They will indeed, Zia agreed. I recommend Princess Elsa be released immediately to assist with that investigation. Earth's diplomatic corps offers her sanctuary until your internal affairs are resolved. As the council dissolved into urgent deliberations, Zia approached Elsa once more. Thank you, Elsa whispered. You saved me again, Zia smiled. That same determined smile from 20 years ago. That's what humans do, Princess. We save people, even when it's hard, even when it's dangerous, even when the whole galaxy thinks we're the monsters. She extended her hand. Besides, I owed you. Owed me? You were the first alien I ever met. You taught me your people weren't so different from mine. That lesson changed my life. Made me want to build bridges instead of walls. Zia's eyes gleamed. Maybe now we can build those bridges together. Properly this time. Elsa took the offered hand, marveling at the warmth of human skin against her crystalline palm. The galaxy doesn't know what it's in for. No, Zia agreed, her smile widening. They really don't. Humans don't give up. We don't abandon our friends. And we definitely don't let anyone execute the person who taught us that the stars belong to everyone. As they walked from the chamber together, Elsa couldn't help but think that perhaps humanity's greatest strength wasn't their technology or their tactics. It was this stubborn, beautiful refusal to let others face darkness alone. That was the real HFY spirit, and the galaxy was about to learn it firsthand.